Hi there, it's Sharon Hess, and today is Monday, December 23rd. It is 2 days before we celebrate Christmas, so please watch my Christmas video that I made for you guys. But I have my spiritual spice cards, and we're going to see what the universe wants us to think about this week. And we have happiness, yay! And remember, the universe also is going to support us, absolutely. Don't you know it? Particularly this week, it's going to support us on the energy of happiness. So let's look in the book. I have my book, Spiritual Spice. If you don't have it, then it is available on Amazon, and it will help you because when you're stuck and you're looking for guidance, it will help you see what the universe has to say to you, your higher self, universe, whatever you want to call it. That I went all the way through the book and I didn't see happiness. I got to look at the table of contents, and it is on page 141 is where it starts. And I actually turned to 142 and 43. So, would you rather be right or happy? And that's from A Course in Miracles. You can change the word happy to peaceful, abundant, etc. Give up the need to be right. Okay, and that's one of my favorite things that A Course in Miracles teaches us with the would you rather be right or happy? Because a lot of times we will give up our happiness just to be right when it doesn't really matter. You really need to think about putting things in the right perspective. And what I mean by that is if it really is that important to you, and you really want to give up your peace, because that's really what you give up. When you'd rather be right than happy, you're going to give up your peace. And if you feel somewhere inside of you that it's really that important, then you might go for it. But you have to realize and recognize the price that you are paying. Now, a lot of times we will argue to be right when in reality, there is no right or wrong. And I know that's a little bit ambiguous, so let me kind of explain it to you in this way. Two people can have opposing opinions and both be right. So what do I mean by that? Okay, and I actually put this in an article and talk about it all the time because it really is something that when I saw it in my own life, I was like, I get it, that makes sense. So I have a dear friend, and she loves to garden, but what she really loves is pulling weeds, because when she gets out there and she's like in that earth and she's pulling those weeds, to her, it's like a release, and it's like meditation, and it's just like, it brings her joy. It brings her happiness, okay? Now, if you were to tell me, Sharon, go out and pull weeds, I would be anything but happy, okay? I don't like it. It's just not something that I enjoy. It's not something that I would like. So am I wrong because I don't like it? Of course not. Is she wrong because she does like it? Of course not. So we have an opposing opinion on that. And it really is okay. It doesn't really matter. Now, that's just kind of a lighthearted, easy explanation. But you can take this into some really deep level things within your life and stop and think. If you're arguing with another person or having a disagreement with another person because you're absolutely certain that you're right and they're wrong, well, stop and think about that for a minute, because I will guarantee you that if you take and stop and look at it, both opinions can be right. It depends on the circumstance, it depends on the person, it depends on a lot of things. And there's no way that you can possibly know every single little bitty piece of that puzzle. So that's why we really need to look at understanding we don't know everything. We don't need to know everything. We will know what we need to know when we need to know it. And we will also know it when we are ready to understand it and accept it. And that's part of our journey here. So it's okay for another person to not agree with you or for you not to agree with another person. Don't give up your happiness because you want to be right. It really doesn't matter. Think about it in the grand scheme of things. Will it make any difference 100 years from now? Probably not. So why would you give up your happiness? To me, my happiness, my peace of mind, my joy in life, finding my peace, love, joy, and abundance is first and foremost in my awareness and in my focus. So this week, remember, the universe is going to support you on really owning and understanding and stepping into that happiness. And I am going to read this to you one more time. Would you rather be right or happy? That's from A Course in Miracles. And you can change the word happy to peaceful, abundant, etc. Give up the need to be right. Okay, now I want you to have an absolutely wonderful Christmas. Please enjoy the festivities and the celebration, and remember what we are celebrating, okay? And now go out and have a fabulous life just because you can.